Thank you, thank you. Thank you for letting me be here today in my own room. I'm William, professional sit-down comedian. Please, please, that's enough applause. Please sit down. Please stop standing. It's getting weird. I don't know why you're still standing and clapping furiously at me. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna start now. I got some good news. I'm coming out as funny. I was trying to hide that, but too many people have asked and said, like, I didn't know you were funny. Excuse me? Are there people out there that don't identify as funny? Who are those people? And why don't you get them to, like, a doctor? Because I think that's a serious medical condition. I mean, I think everyone has their own type of funny. Some people love slapstick, some people love stand-up, some people love my jokes. Again, we should refer them to the doctor because I think that is a serious medical condition that should be checked out. But being funny, it puts a lot of pressure on the comedian. People have this weird idea that funny people just make anything unfunny into funny. That really puts a lot of pressure onto the funny person. Like, have you ever had your friend introduce you to another group of friends and they really hype you up, like almost too much? And they're like, hey, my friend over here is so funny. He's gonna make you laugh non-stop. Okay? And I'll, like, set you up. And then you kind of awkwardly smile at all of them while you try and think of a joke. And then you think of something funny, but then you don't know if they're going to laugh, so you just kind of half laugh. And then you keep half laughing. and then you go home and cry yourself to sleep because you weren't able to make them laugh. I wouldn't know what that's like. That's definitely never happened ever in my life. Yeah, so I know there's a lot of pressure, but for you up and coming comedians, I do have some tips and tricks. I got two. I don't know why I said so many, but I got two. Number one is have a traumatic childhood. I had a perfect childhood, so I can't use that to my advantage. I know other people with trauma really relate while I sit on the outside of the circle, talking about how hard it was to pick my favorite cereal at the grocery store. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is be unattractive. That's where I really shine. That's where I thank my mom and dad every day. Thank you, Gene Pool. Thank you for making me this way. If I was any more beautiful, I wouldn't be the funny guy I am today. It's really hard being this funny and being this unattractive. But I get through each day. I think the reason a lot of people don't know that I'm funny is because I'm kind of an introvert. Way back in the day, being an introvert used to mean those weirdos that, like, lived by themselves in the woods and plotted on taking over the world just to get some peace and quiet for 5 minutes away from the extroverts. While now, introverts are just kind of seen as weirdos on the street who are really quiet and don't make eye contact with you. While extroverts are seen as, like, courageous and outgoing and positive and bubbly. Total opposite of introverts, right? Why do you think there are so many books written about how cool introverts are? They're still trying to convince us that it's cool, but we all know deep down inside that it's not. That's just another fact that you have to live with every day as you try and become what you're not. Um, it's not all bad being an introvert. I did a quick Google search and found some good things that the internet has written about being an introvert. They're seen as quiet, observant, that's a good thing, deep thinkers, hate small talk, read books. So I don't know what that says about extroverts, but it doesn't paint a pretty picture. I imagine extroverts being a bunch of cavemen in the wild, while us sophisticated introverts are seen as like being inside and thinking about how to solve the world's problems, but being too afraid to tell the world how to solve its problems, which is why we're in the world we are today. Just more introverts spoke up. Maybe we could have solved a lot of problems a long time ago. But I can't speak for all introverts. I know that I've definitely not always seen as a deep thinker or a good listener. I know sometimes while people are talking to me, deep down I'm actually just thinking, what am I going to have for dinner? Did I have Chick-fil-A once this week or 5 times this week? And maybe I'll mix it up by getting a salad instead of 2 chicken sandwiches and fries and a drink. Just the salad and 2 chicken sandwiches and the fries and the drink. I don't know. Oh, what were we talking about? I know your cat is really important to you, but I just don't care. But the idea that introverts hate small talk, that seems kind of weird to me. I understand it because I don't like small talk either, but it does make sitting on a bus kind of awkward. Wouldn't it be kind of weird if some stranger walked up to you trying to avoid small talk and was like, "Hey kid, what's your biggest fear?" Excuse me, sir, you don't have to sit that close to me. And please don't lick my arm. I've seen enough crime dramas to know that man is going to use my fears against me. So maybe using some reverse psychology, I've thought about this countless times, and I would tell that man, please, whatever you do, don't send me a lot of money in my bank account. I can't stand seeing that much money in my bank account. Don't send it to me, please. It's so scary, I might die. And either two things could happen. Either he doesn't send me money and I live my life, or he tries to scare me and now I have $1 million and I can live a better life in a bigger house by myself. But you can see how that's kind of awkward. Have you ever sat 2 introverts together and they kind of just sit there quietly, and inside they're both trying to think of good small talk questions, and then one of them gets the courage to finally ask the other one, excuse me, how is your weather doing? And then they get up from wherever they were sitting and walk home and cry themselves to sleep. Again, I wouldn't know what that's like. I'm really good at small talk. I definitely ask people what their biggest fears are, and will definitely not use them ever. But again, it's part of being awkward. Once people get past that awkward phase, there's always 2 things they say to me. One, you're really funny. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I would tell you a joke right now, but I can't think of any, and I don't know why you gave me that compliment. Which then leads into compliment number 2. You're kind of weird. I've lived my whole life knowing those 2 facts about me, and that's who I am today. I'm funny and weird, and this is the end of my stand-up routine. It's who I am. I'm going to try and make it not as awkward as possible. If you want to stick around, we can have a Q&A session. But I just realized This is a YouTube video and not live, so none of you are actually here at my house. So please like, comment, and subscribe. And you can probably ask your questions in the comments, and I'll look at them and try and answer them the best I can. And I hope your favorite color has a nice day. Alright, thank you. Thank you.